the Arctic penal colony, and now he's tragically died.
Alexei Navalny has died in a Russian prison. It is obvious that he was killed by Russian President Vladimir Putin, as thousands of others, tormented and tortured because of this one creature.
Multiple statements, but the same sentiment. They say Navalny did not die and that he was murdered by Russia. What about his family? His wife was at the Munich security conference when the news broke. She still got up on the stage. She was given a standing ovation. This is what she had to say.
You have all probably seen the terrible news coming in today. I thought for a long time whether I should come out here or fly straight to my children. But then I thought about what my husband would do in my place. And I'm sure he'd be here. He'd be on the stage.
Oh, I love it. So who exactly is Alexei Navalny? How did he rise to prominence? And why was he called?
Please.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm a first-time caller to the show. I wanted to know what you guys thought about the proposition to ban smoking.
Well, this is a simple issue. Smoking. Democracy at work again in our state. Seems like a good thing when you first look at it, but democracy only works when you agree with it. And it's best to favor a totalitarian state. I'm not sure about this one.
I think smoking is an invasion of my body, and I've always wanted to shoot people. I'm right behind the proposition.
Me too. Thanks, Michelle.
I also wanted to say hi to my stepbrother Phil, who's been undergoing a hair transplant today. Hey Phil, if you're listening, I hope it sticks this time. I won't tell anyone you've got plugs, honey. I'm really proud of you.
That's great, honey. But if you want shout-outs, call the rap station.
That's offensive, and I'm really offended by what you're saying. I'm a smoker. This used to be a free country.
When?
Good point, darling. Gotcha. Yes, good point. But remember, our founding fathers brewed tobacco. Relaxed them between stressful stints of genocide, witch burning. And you're so against raising taxes. Smokers pay more taxes than anyone. My grandfather smoked his whole life. He lived until he was 32. So what I'm saying is, why can't we encourage more smoking and use the money to pay for better health care and some cultural programs, bringing expressive dance and sun worship back to the inner cities?
Worrying about the inner city has ruined your academic career, and this woolly thinking is going to ruin your chances of getting anywhere with me tonight.
Promise?
The thing is, smoking is good because it lets people make a lot of money, but so is selectively culling the population. So what I'm proposing is a change in the proposition. Let people smoke, but make cigarettes much cheaper and force everyone to smoke. That way we weed out the weak, make a lot of money in tax, and keep our national heritage intact.
Line 2, you're on I Say, You Say.
Hi! I listen every time to your show. It's really made me think about the world in a whole new way. I moved out of the city because it sucks. Now I live in a compound surrounded by barbed wire and shoot and kill anyone I don't recognize on my land. Just want to say thank you. That's some quality broadcasting.
Yeah, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about myself. Have you got a question?
Yeah, I got corpses from 15 illegal immigrants in my yard. I killed them all myself with my bare hands. Did I get a tax break for all this unpaid work?
Good question. I would certainly hope so. Ask your accountant if you can register them as dependents. Then hide most of your net worth offshore in a complex money laundering system designed to support the drugs trade. Then you can pay virtually no taxes and complain about how awful you think the whole country is, knowing you're doing as little as possible to help.
Cool, thanks. That's good advice.
I'm appalled at you, Mary Phillips.
Why?
Because that man has a garden full of corpses and you're talking about money laundering.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for some profit-centric thinking.
You missed a wonderful opportunity to talk about recycling and organ donation.
Oh, God, give me strength. I married a fool.
I married a fool.
You know, when we first met, Peyton, I thought you were so glamorous with your long hair and big ideas. You were studying for a PhD in cultural ceramic history or cross-cultural underwear or something, and I was very young. Very foolish. Now I see you for what you are.
And what's that exactly?
An intellectual cesspit. A middle-class disaster. A guilt trip wrapped in neuroses and completely unable to function in this society. No wonder I've begun to sleep around.
And on that note, we have to go visit our marriage therapist. Who is a conniving bitch and won't write me any more prescriptions for painkillers. Remember, when the left wing and the right wing come together, the country can really get going.
Straight off a cliff. We'll see you next time.
Boy, I can't imagine what those guys are like in the bedroom, but I'm sure it's a bit like the Bay of Pigs. That was I Say, You Say. Up next on WCTR, it's the Man Coaches Hate. It's Derek Thackeray in the tight end zone. Brought to you by Eris Pump-Up Shoes, because women love a winner, and winners wear shoes.
We start with the national anthem. Screw it. Yeah, I got two songs. Just play the opening. Welcome back to the tight end zone. Now it's time for something really important. Fat men talking about games they don't really understand, played by people they don't know. I'm your host, Derek Thackeray. What a crazy year it's been. Let's recap. Drug scandals involving preschool soccer moms. And the national finals, rich and popular people are fighting it out. Pay attention, the country is in mourning. And most importantly, sportswear. We talk to a fitness expert about the crucial role of endorsed clothing. And who could forget, we visit the greatest moments.
Here he comes. He's in the shadows. There he is. Is he going to make it? Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed is the biggest moment in world history. Who cares about a Declaration of Independence or discovery of penicillin? You have just seen one man score a point. When the rest of the world discovers TV, he'll be able to see this. Wow, isn't that amazing? He did what he was paid to do.
We love sports more than you. Love it or loathe it. Let's talk about it. Stay in the tight and let's go to the phones.
Yeah, the Wolves! Hey there, my name's Jason, and I'm a Wolves fan. First time caller. I don't vote, I can't be bothered. But I will kick your ass if you disrespect my sports team.
Okay, the Wolves, that team playing sports as if they cared.
Yeah, the Wolves! I don't care who's sleeping with who on the team.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Okay, hey, let's take another call. Who's on the phone? Hello, caller, you're on with the tight end of radio.
Hey, I'm a big Olympics fan. Always have been, since day one. Been to every one.
Me too. I love the games, especially the luge. I'm married, so sliding down an icy tunnel of doom at high speed makes sense.
Yeah, I know about frigid action myself. I mean, they gotta be kidding me. Since when has running been an Olympic sport? Running ain't a sport. Don't make me puke. Anyone can run. My ex-wife made me an athlete. I ran my ass off when the Red Baron flew into town.
I tell you, when I was a kid, there were only 3 sports that mattered. Football, baseball, and killing communists. And I had a great childhood, really great. Even if my uncle did come into my room late at night. Anyway, who's on the line? We got a Caledonians fan on the line. Tough times, huh? Hey, your whole life revolving around rich men playing poorly.
Man, I totally identify with shallow heroes who I don't know personally. God, I love a dude with a big military. I love the tallies, man, but you know, this year, I'm telling you, they're going to need to score some points and get some yardage and win the game.
Yeah, if they don't win, men will be beating their wives with good reason. Hey, they got to start playing to win, trying to score some on the other team. Hey, I wish I had a wife so she could beat me.
Here's what I say, man. If you want to be number one, you got to go for first place.
I know. Hey, I mean, you know, it's great stating the obvious, but once you get paid for it, things get really complicated.
Man, I was at their training camp this spring, and the mood in the locker room, dude, guys were getting changed, man. I mean, they were really getting prepared. Shoes were going on, shirts were going on, the shirt part of their body, serious faces on them, and you could tell that they were going to play this game.
The bottom line is, if they don't score more points than the other team, you can't win.
Yeah, man. God, you have some spooky insights into sports, dude.
Front of each row of seats. Now, it's so say support the team. Don't leave the game. Pee at your seat. Going to the phones.
I'm a big fight fan, love a bit of a punch-up. Since my wife and children got taken into a shelter, my friend said, Chuck, you obviously love hitting things. So I've gotten into boxing. How about that fight between Gonzalez and Dennis?
Well, there's one thing about boxing I always remember. You know, one man wins, the other goes home a loser. Because in boxing, unlike most sports, gravity works downwards.
You gotta be shitting me.
Hey, Derek Thackeray don't shit on no one. But I do like to piss on the seat and at my seat too. Not really on it, so stay out of the way.
The 5 game, that ain't rigged, is it?
Of course not. Hey, how could anything professional be fake? Hey, there's too much money at stake for one thing. I mean, these guys got too much to lose. I mean, why is a guy gonna take a dive for a few extra million when he could earn that over a number of years getting his brain turned to pulp? Be serious for a minute. The clock is counting down again. It's time for Derek to head to the locker room and celebrate in the shower. We'll see you next time. Bring a cooler full of beers and get ready to riot. This has been the Tight End Zone.
And this is WCTR, proving that radio is better than TV. That's the show men with large guts love.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you, like people dying,
Lady on fire, bodies everywhere,
and explosions.
Is hanging from the trees. This accident is really cool.
WCTR.
Bodies everywhere.
And explosions.
Is hanging from the trees. This accident is really cool.
WCTR.
If you're into exploring exotic places and forbidden fruit, stay tuned. It's The Wild Traveler. Next.
Support for The Wild Traveler is brought to you by the Ultimate Disc in the Dark Association of America, who encourages you to get out and play hard. Hello, I'm James Batista, the World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. We're discussing the world and all of its many pleasures. Let me put it like this. Why have a hot dog from an uncaring vendor by the bathroom when you could attend a beer-guzzling marathon in Germany with enormous men and taste a wonderful German's Wurst? The world is full of edible things, and you can discover them for yourself. Come along, I'll take you there. It was dusk, and the sun bled red over the city in Thailand as Chen brought me a sparkling water. A delicate, handsome, lovely young boy. A world of possibilities. But war is folly, and we can only unite by visiting these epochs of culture, where a man can be himself, smoke cigarettes, dress in gladiator clothing if he likes. We mustn't force our way and culture upon other people's. Rather, breathe it in, become part of it. Maybe Hemingway was right about love. Maybe Freud was. We're all fighting inside to let a wild creature mate in the rain. I travel, therefore I am. This is a show that embraces culture from around the world. Let's take our first caller. Hello.
Yeah, I totally agree with you about Australia. You know, like, holy shit. Thinking of visiting Colombia. Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, yes, fantastic forms of recreation to be had in Colombia. It's a blizzard of excitement. And cheap. The rails are great. And long. Bolivia's not bad either. Or Peru. You'll be surprised to find out how the party never stops.
How's the food?
Well, a lighter is the most you need to cook up food. But there's scarcely time to eat, my boy. You'll meet fascinating people, feel so comfortable you'll rip your clothes off and howl for days. Next caller.
Yeah, hi. My name's Geraldine, calling from Kansas City. This is such a great country. Why would you go anywhere else? It's unpatriotic to travel. I mean, I got war, famine, depression, and pollution right here on my doorstep. And parents, don't let kids Eurorail after college. They'll come back with ludicrous misconceptions about healthcare, charity, and civilization. Europe is not the real world. This is.
Well, I love to slum about in a dirty roof hostel with communal showers as much as the next man. Sometimes more. But I have to agree, Europe is overrated. Eastern Europe was good for a few years after the wall came down, but even there the police are too strict. You just can't let your hair down. There are far more unexplored pleasures to be had in the Far East. Next caller, you're on The Wild Traveler.
Hey, I've been listening to you go on and on about traveling. Do you know how expensive it is to fly to Asia? Russia saw the light. They're all coming here to set up crime families and run numbers. South America, everyone went extinct there. They have less culture there than the contents of my toilet bowl. Rainforest, Schmainforest. And Mexico, if I wanted to be that close to my ancient ancestors, I I'd be banging my mother-in-law instead of my wife's best friend.
Look, we can fight like beasts or agree to disagree. I'm sure the summit of your aspirations in life is a cheerleader with fake guns, but some of us think a little more exotically than this. Next caller, vamos, buenos dias and noches. If you don't smile, I won't peep. Harder! Sorry, got lost for a second. Speak.
Hey, I love this show. I'm a huge fan. I visit all the places you recommended, and in a lot of them, they're still talking about you. I even saw posters of you in the customs booth at the airport in the Philippines. You rock!
No doubt, I love Manila. Had a great time.
But that show you did last week, what was the name of that spiritual center in Bangkok?
The Wild Dragon's Happy Ending. Very spiritual. You will find inner peace.
Awesome! I can't wait. Thanks, man.
Yes, we all love to travel, get away from the world, get away from the people with computers and their databases, the police harassing you for doing nothing. I just hate showing up to some place to enjoy myself and people are being forced from their homes by war or famine or whatever. Life is great! Stop ruining it! Next caller.
Hey, the FBI wants to talk to me about a perfectly innocent collection of vacation photographs overseas that I had no idea were being taken. I mean, ignorant fool can misinterpret. I was teaching them how to swim.
I have a lot of experience with this. I want you to stop for a moment and let me read from my travel journal. I think everyone should keep a journal. Paste pictures, notes. Sometimes people object to you taking their picture. But a few pennies of their local currency and they will fawn over you. Some people think this is patronizing, but I think it is fair enough. They need the money and I need the company. Besides which, it is the oldest profession. What? Oh, time for me to head south again. I'm James Pedestin, and this has been The Wild Traveler.
This is Have you heard the #1 gardening show in San Andreas? If not, here's what you're missing.
Well, why don't you just go buy your vegetables at the grocery store then, you sycophant? God, I just don't understand.
You go to hell.
Well, screw you too, Mom. See if you're ever on the show again. Next call, Helen.
Yeah, what's that plant that blooms every 12 years? Is 8 foot high and smells like hell? I want to plant one on my ex-wife's lawn.
It's called Amorphophallus titanium. God, I love to say that. Amorphophallus titanium. The sound it gives me a redwood in my khakis. If I come back as a superhero, I want to be called. It's Amorphophallus titanium, the rare botanical wonder. See his 8-foot protrusion as he pollinates on everyone.
But why does it stink so bad?
It's about marking your territory, my man. You don't mark your territory, do you? You should try it. Pee on the front door of your office. Just see if anybody thinks of coming near you.
Okay, I will try that. Thank you so much for the advice, Maurice.
Oh, I'm here to help, Taylor.
Gardening with Maurice, only on WCTR.
Deal with your ignorance in 1 minute flat. Complex issues in 60 seconds. WCTR.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a real dinosaur? Of course you haven't. And you never will. Fact. That's because they never existed. And science is a lie. I mean, have you actually ever seen a sperm? We've all tried. All you have to do is read and understand the Epsilon Tract, and the secrets of the universe will be open to you. This is a life-altering experience. All your mortal fears will be at ease. The Epsilon program. This time, God, it's personal.
Up next, it's Area 53 and Marvin Trill broadcasting live from his trailer in the desert.
Found in space. Is it really a planet or a decoy put up to confuse us? Ghosts, time travel, and a flushing toilet. Which way did Newton's toilet spiral? And finally, are women made from sand? We explore deeper and get to the truth. I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. Hello, you're on the line.
Yeah, hi. I'm a truck driver and listen to your show all the time. I see a lot of unexplained phenomena out there, especially in restrooms. I agree with you about the moon. We never landed on the moon. It's such a good fake.
Remember, the Russians, our arch enemy still, I might add, them and the Australians and some species of dog, they beat us into space.
The only thing the Russians are shooting into space are hot dogs and monkeys. Kind of a Noah's Ark fast food kind of vibe. Hey, my dad could make a better space station than them.
digging. I'd like to meet her. On the conspiracy line, caller. You're in Area 53.
Do not use fluoride. It's evil. It made me kill my doctor.
Why would you worry about a chemical?
I'm really worried about hackers sending a nuclear bomb after me, through the phone. Do you think they could pinpoint my location?
Look, it's good for the economy to live in constant fear. I mean, the phone company, they have your name on the bill. They know your number. How do you feel about that?
I knew it.
Hello, Julie from Liberty City. You're on the line.
A cowboy ghost is haunting my house.
I want you to take off your blouse. Stand at the window. Stand there for hours each night. Lure him in. Trap.
Pardon me?
You guys gonna start seeing the bigger picture? We're being lied to, man. And guys like you don't help much, You're virtually one of them. Soon you know what I'm talking about.
If people could please just attempt to make sense, that's all I'm asking. Last night, as I was laying in my pod meditating, and it occurred to me, why are you even listening to me? Turn off all electrical devices, including your radio. Hector and San Garcia, why are you still listening?
Because I was hoping you could explain these noises.
What noises?
God, that's you too.
Now think about the things we talked about today. Think, seriously think. Can it be real? Can it be false? We'll see you next time in Area 53. Be careful out there, wherever you are.
That was Area 53. We're sorry.
Opinions are free, which is why we're here. It's news and talk that our sponsors agree on. WCTR.
Relationships can seem like an eternity.
You asshole! What were you doing with my sister in that hot tub?
Relieve the pressure.
Ice.
Chill that bitch out with ice. A diamond lasts forever, but your relationship might not. A diamond is love, rock hard, and frozen in time. Luckily, most women are shallow and materialistic.
Oh, a diamond! So you do love me.
Nothing says I love you like a lump of carbon mined by wage slaves in Angola.
I don't even know what I was mad at you about. Do you want a blowjob?
Passion. It can be purchased, and it can be overpriced. Ice, available and very expensive at Decock Diamonds.
It's a favorite show with serial killers and stalkers. Lonely Hearts is next.
All through the sultry anonymity of night and some of the day, you're on Lonely Hearts on WCTR, West Coast Talk Radio. Or as I like to call it, when you can't talk right, I love you all. I'm your host, Christy McIntyre. Let's go to the phones.
Hi, Christy, my wife, and I love your show. It really helps.
Aw, thanks. Do you want to tell us about it?
No.
Okay. Jenny on the line from Santa Maria. Hi, Jenny. How's your...
Too. And now he beats me every day.
Stay with him, honey. After all, you're only lonely. It's a big, lonely state out there.
Careful on, Mary. I'm watching you right now in the shower.
Notice how many lonely hearts are lunatics? You wonder why, or perhaps not. Brian from Las Venturas.
Hey, dude, my name's Brian. I'm calling from Las Venturas. Don't want to talk about my heart.
Why do men just repeat back what you say and never listen? Are you brain dead, Brian?
Oh, actually, it's ironic that you say that. Because my wife's been brain dead for years.
Oh, so sorry. I seemed all insensitive for a second there, possibly ruining my career. Would it help if I slept with you?
Oh, probably not, dude. No, she wouldn't even notice. I mean, I get away with it all the time now. Even after I did it with her sister. Actually, our relationship is better than ever. I mean, the passion is amazing. It's like I'm a new person each time. If she was back to the way she was before the accident, wow, I put her in a coma myself. I mean, it's fantastic.
That's very informative. You know, last night, I wondered what it would be like to be brain dead. Then I watched My Five Uncles. God, I'd love to live in that house. Remember, a heart can mend, but a divorce lasts forever. Unless Nothing makes you a widow. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Lonely Hearts. I was just calling up there because I was listening and I figured out, you know, that I can help out some of y'all clients. You know, this is none other than Jizzy, the proprietor of the Pleasure Dome Club. If anybody is out there lonely, first of all, with all the people on this planet walking around, there's no reason for anybody to be lonely. You understand? That's why I'm in the business of keeping people with company. You know what I'm saying? People who got low self-esteem and they need to pick me up. They need to come down to the Pleasure Dome, hang out with me, Jizzy, and my girls. You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep you company, have you feeling good. And this goes for everybody. I don't care who y'all, how old you are. Come on down and hang out with me. If you're lonely, then I'm gonna tell you something. You won't be lonely the moment you walk in the door, but somebody's gonna grab your hand. It's gonna be all of the
Good grief! That's not the way Lonely Hearts works at all! Is anyone here suffering? I want pain, misery, desolation, all the important things.
Hi, this is Tamara. I'm a stalker.
That's really beautiful. Tell everyone about it.
My man, well, I call him that, even though he's broken off all contact and is married to someone else. I killed the gazelle and sent its heart to him in an envelope. He liked it so much, he told the police and even the newspaper. Then I burned down his place of business, and now I have a special surprise for him.
You have a great week. Isn't that really beautiful? That's all we have time for. If your heart is lonely, listen to other losers and you won't be lonely anymore. You'll want to spend the rest of your life in isolation, away from people, which is progress after all. Until next time.
I hope you enjoyed Lonely Hearts. It's always fun to laugh at other people's misery, isn't it?
At home, at work, or in rehab. Listen.
Putin's biggest foe.
As thousands of others.
I thought about what my husband would do in my place, and I'm sure he'd be here. He'd be on the stage.
So who exactly is Alexei Navalny? How did he rise to prominence? And why was he called Putin's biggest foe? Navalny was born in 1976 in Butin. It's a village located just west of Moscow. His mother owned a factory. His father was a Soviet army officer. And that's what set him apart. Navalny was not like other opposition figures in Russia. He wasn't an oligarch. He wasn't a Soviet official. He wasn't from an ethnic minority. His ancestors